Hey, are you going through a season of overwhelm in your life and you find yourself dealing with just all this noise in your mind and it's just like everything is running together? It doesn't make sense. I'm going to give you 3 tips on how to declutter your mind. Hey everyone, PM Kester here with How to Take a Break, the podcast. If you have not already, don't forget to like, comment on this video. If you go into the notes, I'm usually asking some type of question for feedback because again, we are working together to create better understanding on how we're taking a break against like just different things that are going on in our life and to do what we want, to heal, to learn, to love, to grow. Also subscribe if you are liking the content. Hit the subscribe button. It helps me out so much. I do have a subscriber goal that I'm trying to reach by the end of the year, so all subscribes are appreciated. But how to declutter your mind. If you have been watching the videos, you know that I am in this crazy season with my career. I did a pivot, and that pivot led to some growth within my field. But things have gotten pretty overwhelming work-wise. And what I have found myself dealing with this year is moments when it just felt like everything was kind of ganging up on me in my mind. Sorry, dealing with sun. In my mind. And it's almost like I couldn't make sense of things. Like, I couldn't process. It was so much going on. I was trying to deal with, some mom, raising my kids, staying focused on money stuff. That's one of my goals this year, and that's kicking my butt. Hopefully we can do some deep dives about money in the next couple of months as well. My relationship with others and the career stuff was just really just getting me to a point where it was extreme overwhelm and I just felt like I could not make sense out of anything. And I immediately recognized it was because my mind was cluttered and I needed to find a way to get some clarity to silence some of the noise so that I could get back to really making functional decisions. Because when your mind is cluttered like that, you're not really making rational decisions. You're not thinking things through, and that can have some harmful effects as well. So I'm gonna give you 3 things that I usually go to, because this is not the first time this has happened in my life, but 3 things that I usually find help in trying to declutter my mind. Number 1, give the clutter a place to go. So if you're watching my videos, I strongly believe in the power of writing things down, even with clutter. So I find that just like by giving the place to go, in my case, I write everything that I'm feeling down, like all of the crazy stuff that I just feel like what is happening in my life, so that I can kind of see it on the page. And that gives me a way to, 1, give that clutter an outlet. 2, it allows me to see things in black and white so I can focus in on like, wow, this really is a lot that I'm dealing with. What's the next step here? And sometimes too, in this absence, in this season of friendship I'm going through, and I think a lot of us are going through, when we become super overwhelmed, we often don't have an outlet or a person that we're sharing this stuff with, because usually I think if we have friends or someone we're sharing stuff with, we're quicker to notice like all the crazy that's going on in our life, because someone will pick up on it. So writing stuff down gives that clutter someplace to go and actually helps you in the long run. It helps you see the clutter, in a manner of speaking. Number 2, how to declutter your mind. Clean your space. I often find if I'm living in clutter, everything else will be clutter as well. Or maybe it's the reverse, that if my mind is cluttered, my space is cluttered. I think they kind of go hand in hand. But I often find that if I take the time to like declutter and really do like a deep clean on target areas, because you know, maybe you don't have the bandwidth to clean your whole house, but target areas, like I definitely believe that you should always be kind of like setting up the time to kind of declutter your room, because that's where you go to sleep. That's supposed to be a place of rest. So I'm always trying to make sure that room is kind of like clean and in a good position, because I know if that space is decluttered, that kind of helps me to regulate my emotions better. The kitchen is a sticking point for me. Like if no other place in my house is clean and clutter free, my kitchen is gonna always be that space. If the kitchen is messy, I cannot function. That just causes me a deep sense of overwhelm. And I can often look at like, if the kitchen or my room is in chaos, if I'm able to like be cognizant and have that moment of self-awareness, I recognize that there's like a lot of stuff going on in my life. So what I am trying to do now is set up like some quarterly times where I just kind of have to focus on decluttering my room and my closet, and using it as maybe kind of like as a check-in moment with myself. I did some of that this weekend where I just started going in and just doing certain rooms like my office and stuff like that. And if you were following me on Instagram, you saw I started having like all of these relationship introspections, and I think it's because I was clearing away the mess, and that was allowing me to see certain things about myself and also heal along the way. So how to declutter your mind: clean your space. Finally, how to declutter your mind: set a meditation routine. It's so funny. I went out yesterday and I was at this fall festival in my neighborhood, and this lady comes up to me and just talks about the energy I was radiating and how it seemed like I had so much peace and calmness, and asked me did I have some type of yoga and meditation practice, and I said I actually did. And she was shocked that I was kind of like self-practicing, that I had never really studied anywhere. A lot of my stuff was from YouTube or Peloton. Chelsea does yoga, has some stuff on Peloton that I do. But I got into meditation after I had like a panic attack right before I almost had my stroke. So when I was dealing with all that health stuff, and I downloaded the Headspace app and got into meditation that way. And I started to realize that meditation, whenever I'm feeling super overwhelmed, meditation is something I can dial into, and it helps to clutter the mind because it slows me down. Kind of like when you're cleaning and you know, clean out that space. It's almost like it's cleaning out my mind, but really it slows you down. And so I notice when I don't have a consistent meditation practice, it's very easy for me to kind of have that overwhelm and all of the connecting experiences that come with it jump into my life. So I try to have some type of thing, and it doesn't have to be super long. I know people see stuff on TV and it's like an hour of meditation, meditate while you sleep. 5 minutes has been super impactful, and I will link some of the videos that I use via YouTube, because that is free, and hopefully you enjoy it. But like 5 minutes, and sometimes you don't even need 5 minutes, maybe 2 minutes of just like some sitting in silence and like telling yourself some affirmations. You can do that on your own. You don't need a video. A quiet space, something to just kind of help you be still and be present, will help you like focus in and help in decluttering your mind. So I'm gonna give you those 3 things, 3 ways to declutter your mind. Give the clutter a place to go. Number 2, clean your space. Number 3, set a meditation routine. I hope this has been helpful, and I hope that you are finding a little time to stay off the sun, because it's beat me down, but also taking a break.